Hey everybody, Logan here. Yeah, this happens to be a thing. So, we haven't done one of these videos in a long time, so I figured I'd do it a little differently. As you guys know who've been watching the channel for quite some time, and on our Instagram, I head to Orlando quite a bit. I frequent a couple different retro game stores, one of them being Cybertron. Thank you guys are great. And I went to another one called Gamers Inc. Awesome store as well. So, on the way up, before I got to Orlando, we also stopped at the last Let Me Play and Trade in Florida. I don't know if they're in any other state, but the store's a little different. I'm not even sure if it's still the same company, but stopped there and got a number of Xbox 360 games and a couple of others. So that's what this video is about. This is another retro. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. Don't have a soda before you film one of these videos. It's gonna make you burp quite a bit. But hey, I can burp. It's okay. It's my video. So yeah, we haven't done one of these, so I figured let's do another retro game store weekend pickup buying spree, whatever you want to call it. And this is only what I got. We picked up, I want to say another 15 or 20 games, but those are for my wife's collection, so they don't go in the game room. They're not part of the RBG display-rama back here. So, without further ado, let's see what we got here. And it goes much, it's here, and it goes, yeah, that sound is. Okay, so, like we normally do, you can see the beautiful image, and I'm going to start showing some of the games that I picked up. I'm thinking we're going to start with slightly bit of a little tribute, even though here we don't really do sports games, we're not really into sports, anything on this channel, but I did happen to pick NBA 3-on-3 for the Game Boy Color, Kobe Bryant, and the original NBA Courtside. I did have the NBA Courtside, but I figured I'd get myself a second copy. You never know. Yeah, so RIP to everyone who was in that awful crash. 9 souls lost. God rest them, and rest in peace. But this is for Kobe. Not a big Lakers fan, not a big basketball fan, but here, you know, we give respect where respect is due. So we've got these two. Put those off to the side. I actually already put the Courtside in one of these boxes, and that's fine because I don't have any of the other standard ones I normally use for it. Next is an NES title I used to have when I was a kid, and I totally forgot until I saw it again. Sky Shark. Apparently, I had a lot of shooters, shoot 'em ups. I had a lot of flying games, playing games. I had Stealth, I had Top Gun, I had this, and then on the Super NES, I think I had US Squadron. I had a number of them. I didn't realize how much I liked these back in the day. So I decided to pick this baby up because, you know, the nostalgia boom. So I got this one. I think I got this one for $4. Not too shabby. Okay, there's 2 on this list that I'm gonna save because they're just gems of a Jimmy. So let us go to another N64 beauty. And it is World Is Not Enough in the box. Now, it didn't come with the plastic. I do have these. I bought them on Amazon, so to protect the boxes, but it's complete in box. Gorgeous. They had the loose copy for, I think it was like $10.95. It was like $11, and this one was $17.95. So for the additional $7, I decided to pick up a complete box. So, but I'm sure you guys wouldn't blame me for that. Next, we're gonna go to something a little more modern but retro. Okay, now stop. Pick these up because it just come out for the Switch. Zoom out a little bit. No. Can't see what's over there. That's scoochy. Alrighty, so we got Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger. Now it's funny because I looked at this. Let me see. The game is in my Switch, so I started playing it last night. Team, US ESRB and all that other stuff, and then you look at the back. Okay, no big deal. Made in Japan. Oh, it's got a Japan. I opened up the cart and everything's in Japanese. Sorry, I wasn't gonna pull it out, but there's code in here. It's all in Japanese, but I can still use it. So I'm gonna show that one. So this one is really cool. Sorry, I put it aside already. Started playing it like just for a few minutes before I went to bed, as well as 2 of the next games coming up. SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. I hadn't bought this before because one of the games I was looking for, I didn't think was on it. The gentleman recommended it because it has one of the games for the NES that I've been hunting for a while. The game isn't too expensive, $20-25. It's a Car Warriors 3 The Rescue. This has it on there. I had no clue. So I picked it up, started playing it again last night. Man, the nostalgia bone hit again. It wasn't as good as I remember, but isn't that how it always is? So I'm actually going to do a video on it, playing that one, and maybe when I can find a Car Warriors 3 for the NES, I'll pick it up. I've had problems, with Amazon, eBay, and stuff like that, so physical's been really tough. But yeah, so there's that one. So it fits in the retro. Now this one, sort of, kind of, but apparently this came out a while ago. Apparently, I already bought it. Apparently, we got a second copy. Next one is an import. I had no clue this was even coming out physically, and it's the Asian copy, but it's all in English. And that is Romancing Saga 3. I was like, oh, cool, gotta have it. Sorry. So, yeah. Yeah, it was on the Super NES back in the day. And, yeah, I was like, now I finally get to play it because I never got it back then. So I picked that one up. And this next one, here. No, let's change this around. I picked this one up. Yeah, the special box edition. Yeah, came with all the fun stuff. Strikers 1945, Strikers 1945 2 and 3, Dragon Blaze. I was playing Dragon Blaze last night. Soul Divide, and Zero Gunner 2. Now, I didn't know it was coming out in the box edition, which was really cool. So Cybertron had this, so I definitely had to pick it up. Oh, did they? Oh, I didn't even notice that. There's a slightly bit of a... Oh, I guess when they opened up the box. No! Oh well, it's life. But it includes all that great stuff, the soundtrack. The soundtrack comes on a dual disc case, like when you had your PS1 games and like Final Fantasy 7 and 8, and they had the thick ones. That was pretty cool. Now the next one I technically didn't get while I was there, or I did, but it was shipped to me and it arrived while I was up there. So when I came home, it was waiting for me. And I ordered this quite some time ago, and that would be Blazing Chrome for the Switch. So I came home and it was waiting for me, and I was happy as a pig of shit because I love this game. If you guys haven't checked out the video, our last video before this one, we did a Blazing Chrome, I want to say playthrough, but we did like the first 15-20 minutes, something like that. For the one on Xbox One, I was playing it through Game Pass on that. But here I got the physical for the Switch because, yeah, Blazing Chrome. Okay, so next I'm gonna go and show you some of the, let's go to the other N64 pickups I got. So these cases here, I bought 12 of them at Gamers Inc. Yeah, I bought 12 there for the same price I could get 10 for on Amazon, and I didn't have to wait for shipping. So I bought these, and these are the ones that I used to put in my N64 and my Super Famicom, sorry, my Super Nintendo, and soon my Super Famicom. Once I get the new place with the lot more shelfage and just storage room, so everything will look pretty and nice. So ones I did get were Ridge Racer 64. I thought I had it. Apparently I didn't. Rush 2. For those of you who haven't played it, it's San Francisco Rush Part 2. Fantastic game. I love the series. I have 2 copies of the original, one in box, one loose. So I was like, oh, found this. I think it was like $10. And I was like, got it. And finally, most people are like, really? But I said, finally, I got it. And this is the last of the wrestling games that I was missing. And every time I found it, it was either in really pish condition. The label was torn or faded, or the cartridge was cracked or something. But now I finally got it. ECW Hardcore Revolution. It is awful wrestling game. It runs on that same engine that the acclaimed WWF games did, and they were just bad. They were no WCW, NWO Revenge, World Tour, No Mercy, what have you. Nothing as good. But it did have some of the ECW originals, the Hardcore Legends and stuff like that. So I remember renting it from Blockbuster back in the day, and I had to just because, yeah, I watched wrestling and I watched ECW. So there we go. Let's move that to the side. Next, I'll go with a couple of others. I do have to get a couple of replacement cases because I hate the dang stickery residue on some of these. First one I got for the GameCube, Need for Speed Underground. Some people love it, some people think 2 is better. I like this one better. Need for Speed Underground was the reason I bought the first car I bought myself. It wasn't my first one, it was the first one I bought myself, which was a 2008 Chevy Cobalt. Before I had a 2000 S10. My grandfather bought it for me for my graduation in 02. He had it for just about less than a year. He bought it for me early and gave it to me then, a few months before graduation. And I was like, yeah, but 2008 came along and I had so many miles on the truck, and I played this game and I was like, you got the Cobalt in here. And I'm a big Chevy guy. So I bought the Cobalt. But it was the same one in here. It wasn't the 4-door non-car. It wasn't that. So that game caused me to get that. And this next game is also a Need for Speed, but for the Wii. See, the stickers. Trying to get them off. If you guys know a better way to get them off, drop them in the comments below. Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Need for Speed Nitro. I got this because I saw a video of Metal Jesus Rocks for Wii Hidden Gems. I'll drop the link down there below. Great channel. Just recently started watching it on right here on YouTube as well. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out. It's great. He recommended this, and I was like, you know what? It is an arcade, more of an arcade style, and I was like, man, I miss this. So I went and picked it up. So I'm going to play it for myself for the first time. Let's see how it is. Next one I'm going to show them together because, again, as I already mentioned once, I'm a big wrestling fan. This company started in 2002 and died. Well, did it die, or it was completely rebranded? It's not the same company. Broke my heart, but I was huge into them. TNA Impact for the PS2 and the PS3. I already had them for all the other systems, so I figured why not pick them up for the PlayStation. And then you see that I can't get them off. They're such a pain to get those stickers off. So I had to pick these up. I had for the DS, I had for the 360. So I was a huge TNA fan. Even though I had a TNA decal on my Cobalt, I was massive fan for this company. I was definitely a TNA mark. Sting, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, all the great ones. Beer Money, you had James Storm, Robert Roode. You had Motor City Machine Guns. Man, Crimson, Amazing Red, all those great guys. And I got to meet a lot of them. I did a lot of the events. I went to a lot of the tapings, and I just loved TNA. So 2 things passed away here: TNA and Midway. So sad. But yeah, throwing those into the collection. What the heck? So let's move those out of the way. Next, we're going to get into Xbox 360. First, I'm going to show... Oh, I forgot to take the price off of this one. For the Xbox, I now have all of them that are Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Yeah, it was $16.95, a little more expensive, I guess, with the release of the new ones. The price kind of went up. But it's complete in box. The box is in great condition. Manual's in great condition. Rarely does that happen. So I decided to pick that baby up right there and just finish off the collection. Now the next are going to be some, besides one of them, they're all RPGs, and I'm trying to fill out my entire Xbox 360 North American RPG collection. So the first one is the only non-RPG. That was Time Shift. Time Shift, a lot of people are like, but you know what? I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I got everything out. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get it. I want to play it. I enjoyed it. I thought I still had it, but apparently I didn't. So I decided to pick it up next. Blue Dragon. For those of you who haven't played it, it was made by Miss Walker. Is it Miss Walker or Miss Talker? Miss Walker. And it's made by Sakaguchi. And what was his name? Wow, how did I forget? Sakaguchi and Akira Toriyama, and with... Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. Hironobu Sakaguchi, Akira Toriyama doing the art, and Nobuo Uematsu doing the soundtrack. Fantastic. Besides Toriyama, the same people that did Lost Odyssey. Lost Odyssey? Yeah. For the Xbox as well. Fantastic. Lost Odyssey? No, Lost Odyssey? Wow, how did I brain fart on it? I want to say it's Lost Odyssey? Yeah, that's the one that felt more like what should have been Final Fantasy XI. Instead, they actually ended up making the online thing. I just kind of... And then I was done. So, next one. An awful game. Infinite Undiscovery. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I hate the game. But there's something about it I like. And I couldn't tell you what that is. But one thing I always said, Infinite Undiscovery should have stayed infinitely undiscovered. Because it was awful. Some people might like it. I haven't met anybody, guys. If you do, drop it in the comments and tell me. Next one. This is actually my second copy because the other copy I had doesn't have a real box. I had to make it. So I decided to... No, not this one. This one has a box. It was the artwork was faded. But it was the only one I could find at the time. So I decided to buy another one. And I like Two Human. You know, what happened with Silicon Knights is a shame. All the controversy around it, but it is what it is. I really like this game. Me and my friends would play it. It got a pretty bad rap throughout the years and what was going on. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. Sad we're not going to get any sequels ever, but hey. Next one. Two Human. Oh, sorry, Two Human. No, that was that one. Two Human. Two Worlds, which was another awful one. I used to play this with one of my old co-workers, and I liked it at first, and then he got it, and he's like, this game's not good, but I'm going to play it because I bought it. So we were playing, it's just broken. It's just broken. Maybe I should do a video on it. It's broken. See if it still works, but I know the online. Pretty sure the online doesn't. But, again, I got it because it has a nostalgia bond, and I think it was $4. Now this one, I need a case as well because of the sticker. This next one is for the 360. It's a Lost RPG. And I got this when it came out, and I beat the crap out of this game. I didn't understand some of the things that were going on. Not because I was too young, just because I didn't get some of the references. And then later I figured it out a little bit, but the game's fantastic. Some people would say otherwise, but I thought it was a great RPG. I love the tactics kind of turn-based thing, and that's Enchanted Arms. I think over in Japan it was called Enchant Arm, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. But fantastic game. I loved it. Experienced one of the first true next-gen role-playing adventures. And you know, it was fantastic. I loved it. Looked great. It was fantastic. So if you guys haven't picked that up or played it yet, go ahead. Find it. However you can play it, just play it. It's great. I think after so long they released it on PS3. I don't quite remember, but when it came out, it was only on Xbox 360. Fantastic games. If you haven't tried it, pick it up. So those are the Xbox pickups. Next, to me, is the real gems of this trip, and I had to show it. I had to let everybody see this. Here we go. Ocarina. Ocarina of Time. Japanese CIB. Majora's Mask. Japanese CIB. Yeah, what more can I say? It even has the price tag on it from way back in the day, the Japanese one. That I'm not going to take off. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. It's in the end. Now, this was the only thing that was on it that came much afterwards. This one wasn't as expensive as this one because the Majora's Mask doesn't have anything. Of course, it has the normal wear and tear because of over the years, but they have complete in-box booklet. So cool. So cool. Now, these are the gray cards. I'm not sure if the Japanese had the gold cards. If you guys know, let me know. There you go. All the stuff there. Their cartridge is so different than ours, but still awesome. So those are 2 gems in my collection now. As you guys know here, we love The Legend of Zelda. I love The Legend of Zelda. I have all of the games, and yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help us reach that 1,000 mark. We're a little more than 10% of the way there. You guys can do that. Help us get there by the end of 2020. Help us get, off the ground even further. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, head on over to redbandanagaming.com for all your news now with reviews and all kinds of other great articles. Follow us on our socials, Red Bandana Gaming on Facebook and Instagram, at RBG_retro on Twitter. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions or want to know anything about these games or any other games, drop them in the comments below. Just right there and give it a thumbs up too. So, thank you so much, guys. And like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.